Mimi's here, and we're going to talk about the different kinds of paints that when you go to the store and you look at the shelves, it's like when you used to go to Sears or whatever and had all the TVs up and you'd see them all and you just sort of stare at them.
Very confusing.
Well, there's different kinds of finishes that you want to get. There's the enamel, there's the latex and the oil. We're going to talk all about that. This was inspired by a Facebook fan of yours.
I put a post up on my Facebook fan page, and I said, what do you guys want to learn about? What can I teach you?
So Bonnie Earl from Carthage, Missouri, thank you for doing that. So let's get into this. We've got a couple, we got some swatches to go through.
Yes.
What are the, we're going to talk sheens first.
Sheens, okay, so as far as sheens or finishes go, there's a flat, a semi, and a gloss, which basically says what it is. So the flat finish, as you can see right here, it doesn't really, it actually absorbs the light. This reflects, and this has even more reflection. So if you see the gloss, see how reflective that is?
Yeah.
And then you see the semi, it's kind of reflective, but not quite as the gloss, and the flat, there is no reflection because it completely absorbs the light.
Now, when would you want to make a choice to use these in which kind of scenario?
So it kind of depends on what your project is. So for example, a flat paint, which I have in my living room and dining room, it's hard. It's kind of hard to wash. So if you have kids, you might want to go over to a semi. But this is really good for walls in your dining room, more elegant feel, something where your kids might not be as often. If you're doing the kitchen, I have a semi-gloss in my kitchen because I didn't want to put a full gloss finish in my kitchen. I wanted something in between. So I did a semi-finish, and it's really easy to wash off fingerprints and crayon, and so you can wash this. It's also water-based. And then the gloss finish here is something that you might want to use on furniture, not on some furniture if you like that high gloss finish, and also trim. You know, you trim on your walls.
I heard this is also good for bathrooms. The semi-gloss is.
Yes, especially if you're going to have a lot of moisture in. That's a good way to go too.
All right, so we've got the sheens or the finishes. Let's get to the difference between the latex and the oil, which by the way, I know we put this on earlier. It's still wet.
It's still wet.
So this, I know drying time is one of the
huge difference. I mean, this can take anywhere between 1 to 6 hours to dry. This can take a few days, basically. So this is great if you have to paint really quickly. Also, it's water-based, so if you make a mistake and it falls on your trim or falls on the floor, you just get a wet paper towel or rag and you can wipe up easily. Oil also has a very strong smell. And it's very heavy, but it does stick to just about anything. So I would go with a latex paint, especially for the outside of your house example. You might want to move on to an oil-based.
It's kind of harder to find oil these days, right? It's not phased out, but it's just not as popular as the latex.
That's true. It's kind of an older school type thing. The newer paints now are all water-based.
I always go, what's the easiest cleanup?
Right.
I want to know when I'm cleaning my brushes and my rollers afterwards.
If you're not an amazing painter, definitely go with the latex.
All right, let's go down here now. This is, what are we talking about here? We've got chalk, milk, and clay.
These are specialty paints. I absolutely love these specialty paints. They're all made with natural products. So clay actually is made with clay.
Oh, wow.
Right? Milk is made with milk, and chalk is made with chalk.
Really?
Milk is awesome, which I know you like antiquing furniture, because you've done some projects like that. So you know when you have to, when you want to antique something, and then you want to sort of rub off some of it around the corners to sort of give it that weathered look, use a milk-based paint or chalk. Yes.
Where do you find this? Because I've not seen this at like the typical home improvement center.
Yeah, basically probably a specialty paint store, like the smaller stores have these.
But art stores and things like that, it may be a good place to start.
Or art stores too, because these are amazing if you're using like arts and crafts for pottery and stone, like if you're going to paint your pottery pots.
Sure, the clay pots.
Yes, go this.
How does this hold up versus some of the others? Is this
great?
This is durable.
Durable.
Okay. Inside, outside.
Oh!
Did I get it?
Yes.
Durable is our first clue word. Oh, fantastic! Wow, you guys sneak it in there. That's our first clue word in our contest.
Now we gotta dance, right?
There's no music.
Okay. Well, anyways, that was pretty.
Let's touch on the brushes quickly, and then I want to ask you about swatches. So.
Well, yeah, the one thing I want to say is you do want to invest in your paintbrush. Makes a huge difference. This is an all-purpose paintbrush. This is for latex. This is for oil. Now the difference is that for an all-purpose, it's sort of, the bristles are a little stiffer for your oil. Latex, they're really super soft. All-purpose is sort of somewhere in between. If you feel them, you can tell the difference. The latex is very soft to the touch. And then an oil-based, because it's a heavier paint, you want to have thicker bristles too.
All right.
And this is sort of a cheap brush. A lot of people will buy this for primer and stuff, because sometimes primer doesn't need to be perfect.
I'll use that if I'm going to stain something.